One project I'm working on that I'm excited about to tackle this challenge is about corporate goal setting. Where the rubber meets the road in corporate sustainability strategy is defining quantitative goals and targets that you can then use to organize activity, to incentivize people, to measure progress, to celebrate successes. And it's when companies set real concrete goals that they're taking a stand on sustainability. That process of goal setting is a very interesting one. Companies have to balance the outside-in approach with this inside-out approach. They have to sort of identify what are the goals and targets people are expecting them to hit from the outside, and what are the goals and targets that they really want to hit based on who they are, their purpose as a company. And choosing where to focus is one sort of critical question that companies wrestle with. A second one is how ambitious to be. Do we want to set goals based on what we know we can achieve and where we've already sort of measured and identified all of the building block elements that are going to achieve the goal? Or do we want to use a more ambitious goal that we don't know how to achieve, that may be aligned with what the science tells us we need to achieve, but where we have to use that as a driver of innovation, of engaging unusual suspects inside and outside the organization to help us do something genuinely new. The sustainability challenge probably requires that level of ambition, but for many companies that can be quite countercultural when they're used to setting more humble and modest and engineering-based goals. So the research here is about how companies can balance these different aspects of goal setting. One really critical thing is to engage the full set of internal stakeholders in the goal setting process. A lot of times what's happening with sustainability goals is that you might have a VP of sustainability or a chief sustainability officer who has listened to all these outside stakeholders, tried to distill down what kind of communities they want to participate in. They've signed up for a net zero alliance. They've signed up for a science-based target alliance. And they've done the work internally or maybe with consultants to try to set a science-based carbon target, meaning a pathway for a reduction of their greenhouse gas emissions that's in line with what the scientists tell us we need to do. But if I'm this staff in a corporate staff function, often kind of my own little world, and I've set this goal, but the realization of that goal actually requires the factories and facilities and logistics and supply chain aspects of my business to change the way they do things, to work on decarbonization of their vehicle fleets, of their factories, of their machines. If they haven't been involved in setting those goals, and the person who's coming in is to tell them about that goal is from a corporate staff function that's a repurposed public relations or compliance function, it's going to be very difficult to get the necessary traction inside the company. So really engaging the line business, the facilities, the factories, the sort of core operational components of the business in the process of goal setting is absolutely critical in order to be able to have it be something that's real and lived and effective inside the organization.